Thanks everybody for joining us here for another storage meetup. We've been doing these for every other Friday for quite some time now. It's always fun. These for these ones here, it's very much more free flowing. Questions, comments, that kind of thing. We have the whole group here. Already got about 43 of us here, so that's awesome. People are here on time. That's great. If you're here, if you can turn your cameras on, that's always a nice bonus to see everyone's friendly, smiling faces, or hopefully you're smiling. But it's always nice to have everyone's face on the camera. So these ones are much more free flowing. I will say next week, I don't know if you're here, Corey or Eva yet, but next week we're going. Oh, there's Corey. We're gonna have a marketing segment, much more focused just on marketing. I think we're going to focus on ads because that kind of comes up quite a bit. So we're going to focus more on Meta ads, Google ads, Bing ads, all that kind of fun stuff, and making sure make sure you're not wasting your money. So how to set those up correctly the right way and get the most bang for your buck. So it'll be a fun one. Much more detailed. So that would be great. Good. What's up, Jim? Thanks for being here, man.
I'm good. How about you? I was out this morning. I took a ride and I did some mystery shopping this morning just to see what's going on in my market here in Pennsylvania. And it just always blows my mind. I hit
You have high expectations and you're disappointed.
Yeah, I hit five different companies, and some of them are larger well-known companies.
Yeah.
And out of five, only one person asked my name during any of the conversations. And every one of them, when I started talking about, I asked the price 10 by 10, and I kind of went through the whole thing. I said, yeah, my wife's going through a remodel phase of the house, so we're tearing crap out left and right, whatever, which she does occasionally on me, so she drives me crazy. Looking for some 10 by 10s, and everybody to a person, went right to the, hey, first month free, and if we require a protection plan, but if you got a homeowner's page, just bring it to me, and we don't have to worry about charging them for that. And I'm like, no good questions why I'm looking for it. Like I said, one girl was very, very nice. She stood up as I walked the door. She stood up, which was a plus for her. I'm like, oh, this was gonna be great. Walked in, she introduced herself. She asked my name. She asked me to sit down, and then I wanted to see a unit. And she said, I asked her about 10 by 10. She goes, yeah, we got a range of 109 to 133. And I'm like, huh? She goes, well, it's kind of based on where they're at in the building. I'm like, okay, trying to get her to go a bit more details. It was just non-existent. And Jim, we talk about it all the time. I mean, as managers and owners and operators, guys, we're the storage professionals. We should be guiding this whole conversation and not letting the customer lead it. And I got to tell you, everyone I went to, nobody got my name. One person asked my first name. That's it. But nobody asked if they could save me a unit. And nobody asked me if I wanted to rent the unit right then and there. And one of them had a free lock in the unit. So when you open the door, now like when we do it, our lock is right by the door. So when you open up, it's right at your feet. This lock was thrown in the back corner of the unit. I'm like,
just tossed it.
Oh yeah, that's part of the admin process. When you rent the unit, it's yours to keep. I'm like, oh, okay. But I was blown away. And again, I haven't, with all the shifting going on with changing this over to another whatever, I'm freeing up myself to do more consulting work, and I'm like, I want to get a good feel for the market right now, where we're at. And damn, I was disappointed.
And the funny thing, Jim, as you're talking, I'm like, and they're all reporting 90% close rate on their leads too.
Well, it's funny, Corey, because the one store I went to has only been open a year. Okay, so they got dirt. I mean, Jim, a 10 by 10 of that property. Hold on. A 10 by 10 climate controlled upstairs unit was $29. And the first month free. When I asked her about one close to the elevator, well, we're full on them. And I said, okay, if I want something bigger, like a 10 by 20, she goes, yeah, well, all my 10 by 20s are full. I'm like, what's your 10 by 20 rate? She said, it's, upstairs is only $49 for a 10 by 20.
Holy crap.
I'm like,
give it away.
I'm like, so, I mean, we got operators, we got managers on the phone here. I mean, I know as operators, Corey, you can attest to this. We teach better than that. We assume better than that. And it's interesting. I still go back to, and I don't think he's on here today, but Dan Cosgrove, you know, I still to this day, even though we're full, I still mystery shop all my managers once whether it's a walk-in, a phone call, or online quarterly to see how they're doing and hold them accountable. And it's like it's crazy that this store. I mean, I did a consulting job last week for somebody, and they said, "Oh yeah, we're closing 100% of our walk-ins." I'm like, no, you're not. And I mean, so anybody else out there done mystery shops lately? What are you? I mean, when you go out and just visit a competition, are you seeing the same thing I am, or am I just kind of frustrated right now?
Well,
I got to throw something at you real quick, just because I was doing it this week. I went to about 10 different locations here right by me. I was dropping off some stuff. And what I'm surprised is, because remote, we all know remote's going that way. I want to talk to Jennifer in a second about what you got launching too. But a lot of these sites were remote. But if I was just your average Joe walking up to a facility going, okay, now what? There was no signage saying, go here to rent. Here's a QR code. Here, go here to rent. Here's our website. It was just, there was nothing. I was surprised.
Well,
Maybe I'm not
even funny, I walked out of the one store. She gave me her card. So one person gave me a card. Everybody else gave me Post-it notes. And everybody knows how I feel about Post-it notes, right? They need to be destroyed. I'm walking out. I'm looking at the door, and I'm looking at the card. I'm like, so why is the number on your door different than the number on your card? Figuring, she goes, oh, I never noticed that before, but that's probably for my call center when I'm not here.
That's the.
And I bet not a single one offered to send you a text message with the information, right?
Yeah, no, nobody did. And the one I went up to is a brand new, to your point, Jim, a brand new, beautiful. They probably spent $6-7 million to build this thing, right? There's not a sign anywhere on the building to you pay, the rent, to do. There's not even office hours on there. So you walk up and you're like, am I in the right spot?
That's okay.
How long have they been in business?
Comes here, they know what the crap they're doing, which is awesome. We need to get these people that are having a hard time. We need to get them here to get them up to the right level. I mean, you guys already know what the crap you're doing. That's insane.
And sounds like a good consulting gig for you, Jim.
What's that?
One girl had a sign for closed for Labor Day.
Yeah.
And she spelled Labor Day Labour.
Oh no!
Swear to God.
She English?
Yeah. And she goes, "Oh, I must have printed the Canadian one." I'm like, they speak English too, so yeah. I mean, Jim, your point about that with the remote. And I know Jennifer, we had a long conversation yesterday about your Right Move remote program and how that's going to benefit some of the smaller operators. Because I got one I'm working with right now. I'm probably going to send your way. Tell the group what Right Move remote really does.
So just this past week, it's going to be totally official on Monday. We're going to introduce the gentleman that is going to run it for us. It's called Right Move Remote, and it's remote done right. Like Darren just would get so frustrated that a lot of these remote facilities that we were picking up to obviously like third-party management and whatnot, it's just not done right. There's nothing done right. If it's like what Jim was just saying, like the signage, how do you, as a customer pulling up to a unit or pulling up to a facility, I don't know what a remote facility is. I don't know what the hell to do. And if I don't know how to rent a unit at this facility, and if it isn't right in front of my face, I'm down the road onto the next. So we are doing, it's called Right Move Remote, and it's pretty much going to be remote done right. We are going to do, we will do smaller, any size facilities now with the remote. It doesn't matter how big, how small. We're going to keep the management fees very reasonable and just absolutely kill it with the remote. And like I said, we launched it about a week ago, and I want to say we have close to 20 properties already.
Well done.
Yeah, it's just, I think it's really where, and Darren as well, believe that it's definitely where the industry is going. Darren's always been very forward with technology and making sure, that everything is in place. We are using, I don't know if Bobby is on here, from Notify. Notify is huge, going to be massive in our remote because I'm sure Bobby, I don't know if y'all stayed on last time about learning about Notify, and it's going to be the key factor in all of our remote. We have Swivel, we're using them on all of our websites and such not. So those are two really big key partners that we are working with on our remote side that are going to just help us knock it out of the park. And so with technology and Darren's brains and whatever, we're hoping, I don't know, we just have a feeling that this is a big part of where the industry is going. And if we can sense that it's not done right, and if we're confused by it, could you imagine what your tenants feel like, or people that pull up to a remote facility and don't even know how to begin to rent a unit? So that's what we're up to, and we're excited. But on Monday is going to be, I don't know if y'all follow me on LinkedIn or not. I post an awful lot on there. We're going to do some big announcement on Monday about it on LinkedIn, but we're excited.
Very cool. Stacy, 100% customer first. You got to love, I mean, that at the end of the day, and I don't know, you guys, some of you guys know or not know, we're transitioning a lot of our stores over to a bigger third-party company because of costs and scalability and everything like that, and whatever, it's freeing up my time. But the one thing I've been trying to do through this whole conversion process is make sure the customers don't get lost in the equation. And like right now, it's the first of the month, and I got people pinging me our website, the store we still have, saying, hey, I can't pay my bill because they didn't get the letter, they didn't get the email, they're not paying attention to those things. But when you have an upset customer, it doesn't do anybody any good. And I know I looked at one the other day that a GBP page, I know I saw Jamie Boris on here somewhere and all the marketing people. When you don't have your GBP pages right, and Jen, I think we talked about that. Are you ever doing a session just on GBP, or did you do that already?
No, that's going to be an ongoing thing. I'm actually recording. It's going to be like a recurring webinar kind of a thing. So it's an ongoing resource, not just a one and done.
But I looked at one company, he's got seven small stores. And Brian, you'll love this. Brian, not one of their GBP pages was identical across the board. They were all, some had this, some had that, some did not. I'm like, and I said to the owner, I said, who's doing this for you? And he goes, my website company. I said, no, they're not. And if you don't have that right, I mean, Corey, Jamie, Ava's here. If your GBP page ain't right, you're done.
Yeah, you can look at I won't take the time here, but when I put in my information on the chat, I'm starting a section that's just on that, just Google Business Profile optimizations and everything that goes around with that. So you can
Everybody needs that.
Well,
yeah, 3-mile domination. I'm going there.
yeah. And then the thing with Google, everybody, we need to remember too, is it's really user-generated content. So customers and competitors can submit information that's incorrect on your page. You have to watch them so closely that just watch it, because there can be bad information that's happening and you're not even aware of it.
Have you ever seen a competitor? I shouldn't think this way, but have you ever seen a competitor blasting somebody else? Like trying to tank them?
I've actually personally had one of my locations marked as closed.
Oh shit.
Jim, that raises a really valid point. When was the last time anybody on here, and kind of raise your hand if you have, dialed your own phone number for your website to make sure it rang, checked all your links on your website to make sure they go where they're supposed to go, and even on your GBP page, make sure it goes where you're supposed to go. And Corey, you're right. We had one that was closed, and I had one customer. They had signed up for one of those companies that got 500 reviews, and they got black flagged from Google, and they lost their page. Oh. And I think, if I remember right, it took them 18 months to get that post back up.
Yeah, don't do that. You do not want to try and get back from that suspension.
Yeah, I was reading the comments here. Jesse Land was saying our marketing isn't working. It's the competition. Yeah, it's always easy to blame the competition when sometimes you just have to point the finger at yourself on what you can control.
Yeah. Or the website, or the yeah, or Google. Sometimes everything looks bright and tight and is absolutely beautiful online, and you're not doing a single thing wrong, and you have people walking in and getting the $29 10x10 express. Jim, I've seen it too.
Jim, we got a question in chat from Josh Mesh. What is GMB exactly? So you want to explain that to Josh?
Yeah, you got Google Business Profile, like Google My Business. It's Google Business Profile now is I think the name that's stuck and it's been there for the last couple of years. That's your free listing on Google. It's basically like it's almost like a website, but for free on Google, where it has your photos and your reviews. So anytime you're asking for a Google review, that's getting linked to your Google Business Profile. Like I said, this comes up so much. I'm literally right in the middle of filming. There's been some updates, but I'm going to be doing a in-depth, as much as I can, how-to kind of thing for optimization. So it's a good resource. So it'll always be kind of a living, breathing thing that you can go to and learn from and download some checklists and all that kind of stuff.
So who else has got a good mystery shopping story or horror story they want to share? Brian, I'm sure you got 1 or 2 or 5.
I
Not
don't
recently.
have a mystery shopping horror story, but I did want to share an email I got this morning from SEMrush that said that just optimizing for Google is not good enough anymore, that we've got to figure out how to optimize for the AIs, all the LLMs. And I don't have an answer for that. I'm kind of researching that for us right now, but something new to be thinking about.
Yeah, I mean
Run
that's
search queries for
yeah,
sure.
we brought this up last time too about just the newest thing with I used to always crap on social media. I'm like, who cares about social? No one goes to social to look for a storage unit, but now Instagram is being indexed within Google. So your Instagram photos and your posts and things like that are starting to show up in search results. And I think that's just going to be the tip of the iceberg, frankly. I think it's going to start rolling more and more that way. So
You're right, sir.
And I think the other thing, and I just read an article that was really hitting it home about the importance of operations to the customer experience and how your operations actually affects how you're appearing in large language models. It was a great article. I'm actually going to be writing something about it because it's like, yes, this is the key piece that's missing, people, and we really need to get this nailed in. So it was just really good about how your processes and your operations actually are going to affect how you show up in ChatGPT and large language models.
And we will be doing, I haven't even talked to you about this, but we will be doing very shortly marketing just on AI. And it's going to be whatever we say, trust me, it'll be outdated a month later. But it's going to be important to just keep abreast of what's going on. So I think that's going to be a recurring thing for sure. So start making your notes, Corey.
And Corey, you're right about operation. I mean, we were talking, Jim, the other week. We had that, Corey and I did that one, and we shared that data about SpareFoot and how tracking SpareFoot, and not even just SpareFoot, all your lead sources, whether it's your website, whether it's your call center, whether it's any of your marketing efforts through your software, and be able to track your length of stay per software, so you know what's working and what's not working. Because some markets do better than others. But whenever, as a consultant, we talk to people, and what's your length of stay? It's like you get a blank stare. They don't know. And like, if you don't know your length of stay and you don't know the value of rental is, I was just looking this morning, and I use District Manager, and I was working with Brandon McBride from SpareFoot, and I was looking at my one facility for SpareFoot this morning, and let me pull it up here real quick. I was looking at the return on investment for that, just that one line, and this year to date, we've had 46 leads from SpareFoot, 27 of them rented, a 60% close percentage. My total expense was $3,400. Right now, my ROI is sitting at 252%. And cost for moving was $127. So, I mean, marketing people, Corey, Jamie, and I tell you $127 cost for moving from SpareFoot, what do you say?
Get all over that. I'm all over that for all day.
But how many people actually track this data operationally to know what they're looking at?
No.
I was reading through the comments. I had to laugh for a second. Stacy, I saw your comment about the watch what people are tagging for the photos and stuff like that.
Yes. That was so prevalent when I was with USG. We would I would go through and be looking at Google business profiles on some of our stores, and I would notice there would be photos of like somebody's trailer full of rocks where they're hauling rocks somewhere, and they just decided to take a picture because, you know, it's their business and they're going to use it, but it gets attached to your Google Business profile. And when they do that, it pushes your photos down, the ones that you've uploaded to your GBP, you know, and that's not always a good look. If a customer's looking for you, the first photo that they see should be your facility, not a load of rocks or a washing machine that they just repaired or whatever it is that they're doing. You know, so be careful. Like, it's good to go through and check your gallery every now and then.
Stacey, it's more important to update your gallery with new, fresh photos regularly.
Absolutely, absolutely, and fill out your products too, like what it is that you actually sell. List those individually.
Stacey, I looked at one last week, and they brand new property. They took all their pictures during a rainstorm, and the entire GBP is nothing but pictures with clouds and rain and like puddles. I'm like, how about you refresh that?
I always remember about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, I was doing a Google Business, kind of a live teaching type of a thing. And I just did it live. And I was like, all right, let's just do some people on the hot seat. And let's just check out your Google profile. And it's changed now as far as people being able to upload photos. But back then, anybody in their doc could just upload a photo into your GMB page. And literally within 5 minutes, I found people with their feet up on their dash from their freeway taking a picture. I'm like, what does that have to do with the storage? Somebody had it. This is a weird one. Somebody had a kid in the unit that was like shaking their head, so it was like their hair was going crazy inside the unit. I'm like, the crap! Like, let's take that off. And just a ton of like trash. Like, they were uploading their own photos of like abandoned units that were trash. I'm like, what are you doing? So, and that was just off the cuff in 5 minutes. We were just taking some photos. So yeah, definitely audit yourself. Look at those old photos, because especially the old ones, yeah, they're still there. Flag those and get them down. What do you see? I'm just trying to keep going back.
Both Jims, you'd appreciate this. I was just with an operator in California explaining auctions to her and doing online auctions, and she goes, I don't want to do that. I don't want my facility information on the internet. I just looked at her. I was like, huh, there are people like you that exist. What rock do you live under? Yeah, she did not want it. And I was like, you don't do any advertising online? She's like, no, because it could cause my facility to be scammed. I really had a moment. You don't want listing, nothing, and phone number, address, nothing. She's like, nope.
Now, I'm just curious. Is this something like you're just helping out with the phone? Were you actually physically there? Like,
No, I was physically with her at a trade show.
Wow.
Was that at Napa?
Love to blow her mind and show she's probably showing up somewhere online anyways. Like, regardless.
I was gonna say whether she wants to or not, she's already out there.
She's already out there. Google indexes you. Like, I think Yelp automatically indexes you. So like, I'd be like, you're out there. Your information's probably incorrect. So.
Yep. I was stunned. I was just like, huh, okay.
That's amazing.
Alana, while you're here, I got a question for you and probably Dan as well. One of the questions I've gotten the last couple months is, are we seeing an increase in auctions with everything changing, shifting in the economy? And my answer has been no. I mean, we haven't seen an influx, but you guys see a lot more global numbers. Are you guys seeing an influx in more auctions? I mean, this month we just had, you know, for 30 stores, I wound up selling 10 units across 30 stores.
You guys didn't do very much at all this month. We're not seeing any drastic increase in number of units going up. However, I am seeing operators being smarter and auctioning them quicker. Instead of waiting 6 months, they're actually going to the appropriate auction timeline. So we're seeing them clean out their units faster. They're just not letting them pile up.
Dan, how about you?
We've been steadily growing, you know, over the last several years, and I don't see a big change as far as more units not being sold, or it just seems like, you know, 70-80% of what we put out there, we get a price for it, and it gets cleaned out, and it just seems like maybe all in all there might be less units for sale right now. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's because more people have money to save their stuff, which is a good thing for you folks. I don't know what it is, but you know, we're steadily always seem to be growing, and so we're happy with that. It's a small, steadily growth, but But I don't notice any negative anything going on with our site or with the industry as far as auctions. Seems like there's plenty of money out there. We did an auction for the city of Atalanta yesterday, and I got $82,000 for a 2020 Sprinter van, and I was going to be happy with 50,000. And it just seems like there's a lot of money out there, and the people that were bidding on it are the same folks that buy units and stuff. So, you know, it was a live auction, and they were all there, and I was really surprised that you know, I was thinking I would get 50 or 60,000 for it, and it brought 82,000. So, you know, those people are making money, so they're buying, and it just seems like the industry is pretty strong out there as far as the auctions go. Lana might, you know, agree with that. I don't know, but ours seems to be stronger than it was 2 months ago.
Speaking of auctions here, Rich, you on here? Rich Clantis? Had a question about
Yeah, I'm on here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering how fast everyone puts their stuff up for auction. We do follow the North Carolina law, but there's still variability in how fast you want to do it. Our customers are past due on day 6. And how long do you give them before you say, I'm done with you, after you notify them?
Well, I think North Carolina, I know we don't sell ours till like day 80 because we would go to the end of the 3rd month. I know you can do a little sooner in North Carolina, but we always go to the end of the 3rd month. Alana, what are you seeing?
Yeah, so North Carolina, they're defaulted after 15 days of being late. You can mail you their letter 10 days after that. They have another letter 10 days after that. Then they have an
20
ad
days.
5 days after that. Then there's another ad. So you guys got a lot of steps in North Carolina.
Well, the way I
what's
read the
actual-
lien law booklet from the state association is 10-day default notice after 15 days, and then a 20-day notice of default and public sale, and then you can auction it.
Wow.
No, because you still can't do your auction. It has to be 20 days after your second letter. So you're still got a little bit of time.
No, the letter is 20 days notice.
Yeah, so your auction is giving them a 20-day notice.
Yeah, so
But
I
you
can
have 20
auction
days
it
after
on the
that letter.
21st day.
After that letter.
After
20
that
days
letter.
after that letter.
No, that's not what the letter says.
Okay.
Well, put
I'll
your
read it, but I don't believe that's correct.
put your email in there. We'll reach out to you with a checklist.
Yeah.
I don't want you ending up on the news.
Yeah.
So,
Right?
Most of these people are just dropping their stuff anyway, so.
Oh, it's and I get it. Like when people are late, it's hard sometimes to even reach people. But make sure you dot your I's, cross your T's, get it done.
Rich just made a great point, Jim, and it's funny because back to this morning mystery shopping, every place I went to offered me the first month free. And I absolutely hate first month free because all you get is trash.
Tires.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've had them too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Crazy.
consensus wise, I mean, what's anybody else doing discount wise? I mean, I'm still sticking with 50% off the first 2 or maybe 3 months if I got a new property. Maybe that, but I mean, I refuse to do $1 and I refuse to do first month free. I could be completely wrong, but every time I've seen to run that in the past, you get headaches.
Yeah, I still like, just because I'm a marketer, I like free, but I do half off 2 months, and then you like parentheses equals 1 month free kind of a thing. Just so I can market it that way. But I'm with you. It's half off 2 months. That's kind of my
Curious that everybody thinks about this. I've been thinking about this for a while with all the ECRI stuff going on in California, around the country, but putting out a marketing, a sign that says, for a 3-month lease or a 6-month lease, right, as opposed to the traditional month-to-month we all do, that no price increases, right? That's kind of the discount. Well, we promise no ECRI for a 6-month or a 9-month period. And then understanding that there's probably a lot of education to the customer, what that even is, or, the downside of that is actually bringing attention to ECRIs. Just curious if that's the dumbest idea everyone's ever heard, which probably is. Just curious if people thought about that.
Actually, no, it's not.
Oh.
I know several companies that actually do 12-month guarantee for rental rates. They'll still do a move-in concession, like 50%, whatever they're doing. But right on their website, and actually up in New Hampshire, They got billboards on the road saying, "Get rate lock guaranteed 12-month, no rate increases."
Wow.
And they've
Yeah,
actually
Morningstar. Yeah, Morningstar, a big outfit out of Texas. They're doing a 12-month, no problem. It says it on their agreements. It says it all over their website. So, I mean, I think it's been working actually pretty well. California is a different animal in general. You know what I mean? I think that's just kind of what it is. But seeing some of these larger operators really looking at that and putting that on their contracts, I think is fascinating, but also genius. I really do.
Yeah. Especially if you're putting that up around stores that have the extra space or the public that are doing, 90 days, whatever they're doing. I mean, somebody told me last week they rented the extra space. They got a rate increase after 3 months. They got a rate increase after 7 months, and they got a rate increase after 13 months. So if you're competing with that and you can say, hey, rate lock or whatever you want, rate freeze, whatever you want to call it, marketing people, you guys chime in because I'm not good at that part of it. Jamie's self-smiling, it's true. But that would be a big thing for somebody.
Yeah, and I've seen it more. I wish I should get like a whole list of who's doing that kind of thing and show like websites. But if you're gonna, I like it. If you kind of draw that line in the sand of, hey, we will not raise your rates for the next, year of your tenancy here.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do it, you do it. You market it. I mean, people say we have to educate the customer. If you're going to, educating means plaster it on your website.
If anybody's using District Manager software with their site link, there's actually a concession plan overview that Paul built into his software. And Jim, if I can share this real quick, I'm going to share the screen.
Go ahead.
He actually built into this where he tells you what programs you have, how many went out, what was the concession, what was the rental income, the concession percentage, the cost of move-ins. Then you got your length of stay. So he has a program. If you're using SiteLink and you have District Manager, you have this at your fingertips. He's already broken out what concessions are working best at those facilities. If you want to try something, you can do it. Like here, 50% off 3 months. It's got a length of stay 13 months, or 50% off it's got 12 months. So depending on how you phrase it, 13th month free, of course that's, long different ones, but second full month free. So how you change your discounts and you can actually track that data in your software if you're using SiteLink as your PMS and if you have District Manager as your add-on program, but it gives you an idea of what's going to work in that market. Stacey, you've seen that before, right?
I was just going to show this real quick. This is an example. Again, for me, if I was going to do it, I'd be blasting it out. But yeah, there you go. 12-month guarantee.
It's actually larger if you scroll down on the page.
Is it?
Yeah.
It should be
Jim, try Bluebird in New Hampshire. Bluebird Self Storage in New Hampshire. I think they have it on theirs too.
Yeah, and the cool part is when you go into their Morningstar's office, they actually, one of the first things they tell you is that, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, Bluebird's got it like all over their website, and they're blasting it all over their social media too.
Yeah, Jim, it's interesting because the one in Baltimore by my house, the Morningstar, it has 12-month rate guarantee, I think 4 times on the main page.
Yeah,
as opposed to what you just showed.
I just drove by that one in Baltimore. I was at the aquarium yesterday.
How was that?
I hadn't been there in 20 years. My daughter wanted a daddy-daughter time, even though she's 20, which I still love. We went and had a great time at the aquarium. It was great.
I love it. Yeah, the science center's pretty good too.
I was gonna say weird, Jim. I just went to visit you, and all I got was Reese's pretzels from the Hershey factory.
You didn't come see me at all. I'm kind of upset with you.
No, because you told me you weren't going to be in
go
town.
To the Hearst? Did you not go to the Hearst factory or Turkey Hill?
No, I went to the York County Fair to see Vanilla Ice in concert with Melissa Stiles. Jim didn't want to join us.
Jim wasn't invited.
Wrong.
If anyone wants to put some websites in there, I'll bring it up and share my screen. I'm just kind of looking through. I'd like to see some other ones that are doing those kind of specials.
San Diego selfstorage.com.
Yeah.
Let's see.
They've been doing that for years and years, and it's right on their homepage.
See, I like that. Let's see here.
I've seen a few TikToks where influencers are now talking about rental increases in storage facilities. First, they were talking about living in storage, and that was popular on TikTok. And now it's about price gouging, is what they're calling it, and how quickly they get them rate increases.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Home of the first year price guarantee.
Yep. They call it a bait and switch in a lot of markets too.
Mhm.
I just put it into the chat. Jim, you'd asked me if I'd seen that before. We did have it in place at several facilities before I left Universal last year, and it was very effective. The customers really appreciated that. It's a differentiator, in your market. But I was just looking at I was pausing because I was looking at their website to see if they still have it, and I didn't see it. I didn't look at every single facility, but
It's interesting. If you go to Safeguard Storage, Kirk Kleindes and those guys, you can actually pick what discount you want. They got 2 month at 50% off, or I think they got a 6 month at 20% off. But you can actually, when you're moving in, you can pick which discount you want to use.
So is everyone showing their promo rates on their website to get that, Google cheap storage near me business? I mean, because some of our stores are showing it depending on what market they're in, depending on the competitors that are around them and what their website looks like. And then others choose not to do that because they don't want people, renting for those rock bottom prices.
Are you asking about just having a different special for different locations? Is that your question?
No, it's showing the actual price. So if if that unit is regular $49.99 or whatever, then whenever the promo rate that's half off, you're actually showing the promo rate of $24.50 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think that's very effective. I think doing the slash promo rate.
yeah, put the slash through on there so they can see the actual what it would normally be compared to the promo rate.
Well, that's my thinking too, but I've got some operations managers here that are like, oh, I don't want to do that, and they've got all these great reasons why not to, but I
Get them on here. We'll gain up on them.
Okay.
What are their great reasons they're telling you for not?
They don't want it to fill up with trash. It's cheaper to rent that unit, that 10 by 10 at $25 than to take all of their trash to the dump or to recycling or whatever. They don't want somebody moving in for, to get that promotion period and then turn around and move it out because, they're going to look at it as a rate increase. It's not, it's just a promotion. But, you hear all kinds of things from, we have 21 locations, probably, 7 million square foot. And we hear all kinds of stories. And we have lots of managers that have been in the business for 20 plus years. So they've been around to see all kinds of things.
That's a good thing, though.
Are they remote facilities or manned?
No, our owner is adamant against remote facilities. He wants a smiling face when you walk in our door.
Okay. So are they watching when people move in and out to see what they're actually moving in and out?
Yeah, we watch everything.
Yeah. Christy, I just put it in the chat. We actually also included in our lease the rental rate, and if you're getting a move-in concession, what you're getting, because we had people who'd move in and say, well, I was only whatever. So make sure you have it articulated everywhere where they can see what they're getting. And even on the lease, say, okay, yeah, your rental rate is $100 and you're getting 50% the first 2 months. Don't put it the other way because then people will fight you on it. But make sure it's crystal clear that they can understand what they're doing.
Well, and we do, and that's part of our lease presentation. And then whenever the welcome letter that we send them, we include all of the promotion and we tell them what date that increase is going to happen when they go back to the normal rate. I mean, there's all kinds of things, but people don't read. I mean, they read the first few lines. Their attention is 30 seconds long. And if it's more than 30 seconds, then they're not hearing it anymore. So, or at least that's been my experience. But I'm just IT, so I just support people when things go wrong. So it's always, very interesting for me to come into these meetings like this and hear you guys talk about all these things because, even though I'm very involved in our marketing, I'm very involved in our website and all the digital things, but when it comes to making decisions about these promos or whatever, I'm not really the decision maker. I'm just the action taker.
No, but I'm glad you're here though, because you're being educated and more well-rounded on how those decisions are affecting the marketing. Because ultimately, if they make the wrong decision, they look at you going, well,
why did you do this?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, so I'm glad you're here because you can
Well,
have
Jim, since we had Sherry Miller on here, I got a question for her. because a lot of companies are trying, especially with the on-move trucks, which is a great product. How are you educating your customers to use the truck as a moving concession instead of giving them something else free off the rent? How are you guys articulating that to your customers? You're on mute. Sherry, you're muted.
Sorry about that. We encourage them to use that as a perk. You know, use rent with me, use the truck for free. They can utilize the truck any way they want, really. The nice thing about having your own truck with your own brand on it is when you do that, it helps promote your brand instead of the other guys.
Does that make your insurance go up significantly?
Say that again?
Does it increase your insurance just having that, and then any person who comes rent now has the ability to drive it? Just curious what that looks like.
It doesn't. We actually have an insurance program that goes along with it. It's the insurance license program, just like U-Haul does. So if somebody wants to rent the truck, they just fill out the form and they're insured under that plan.
And it covers, doesn't it cover up to $5 million liability, Sherry?
Yes, $5 million liability, 100,000 miles.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sherry, do you have any success stories from operators that are using the truck in lieu of giving a concession?
Oh my goodness, we do. Actually, we're in the process of doing some case study testimonials that will be posted soon. Yes, Jesse, it is a moving billboard, but yeah, it's a tremendous advantage over any of your competitors when you offer the ability to have your truck because it is a large expense. We have a lot of companies too that use the back door to sell ads. So you can actually have a net zero truck lease. If you sell 8 ad spaces, $200 a month for an entire year, your lease is free. So
wow,
there's a lot of different ways to do it that give you a huge advantage. So if anybody wants that information, give me a shout. I'll be happy to.
I'd love to read that case study when it comes out. Interesting. Because I know when I had it before my last stop, we had the truck for movings, but we also found out we could rent it out during the week by hourly rate. And it was a flat rate, just bringing back cash wise. And we were renting it out, and we were actually generating some revenue off the truck when it wasn't being moved for the move-ins.
Huge.
Correct.
That is the big advantage, and you get 100% of that, right, Jim? Instead of a small percent of that, if anybody is using somebody else's truck, you get 100% of whatever that is, and it doesn't just have to be for people at your facility; it can be for anybody, really.
Fantastic.
I was just looking at as we were looking for those specials. I was looking at different websites, came across this. They're using it as their pop-up ad. So right away, you're differentiating yourself from everybody else just from that pop-up. So that's great. Perfect advertising.
Does the pickup mean that you're coming to get their stuff and moving it for them, though?
I have no idea.
Brian, I can tell you they did have a program like that.
But just the fact you have
they
a moving
choose
truck.
to do, the nice thing is they can do that.
I was saying, if you have a truck,
Really like.
promote the crap out of it and have those kind of like a pop-ups like that, or that's a great way to do it.
And letting your truck go out and be part of the community as well, like letting nonprofits in your local area, like women's shelters and other charities, use your truck to move goods to and fro, donated items, pick up donated items. That's all goodwill marketing in your marketplace, and all it does is just push your brand around and show that you're actually dedicated to the community, which is huge. I mean, that's community involvement is currency in marketing right now because people are so sick of just the screens and no interaction between humans. And when you show that you have a heart and you care about your community and you're actually giving back, that's a differentiator in your market too.
Yeah, if you follow us on socials at all, you can tell that CJ is really big into doing that too. We have some of our own trucks and we've been giving them out to people to use for the flood victims down here. And we're not specifically doing it to get our brand out, but when people are driving your truck around, it does. So there's a lot of different charitable ways you can use your truck as well. If you need ideas, let me know. We'll be happy to.
There's absolutely no stopping CJ in her drive to help the community. She used the warehouse at the office to store donated goods and generators. And Jamie, didn't you just drop off a generator or pick up a generator or something to take it somewhere?
Well, I was gonna, but then realized you needed 3 strong men to lift it. And I said, oof, I can't do that. So we rented one, and I didn't know you could do that. Fun fact, guys, you can rent generators at Home Depot. A lot easier than you can carry a giant, ton generator.
The offer was there though.
Yeah. I mean, she's
Yeah,
done so much.
very helpful.
Like, yeah, it's been amazing what she's led the company to do to help all these victims. It's been great.
Sorry to get off on that tangent, Jim, but we are going to, we've communicated, Mark Siri and I have communicated with the TSSA to see if we can help put together some storage relief efforts when the time is right, when they're ready, just for cleanup and stuff. So if anybody is in this area and wants to come down and help, there'll be more information coming out about that on LinkedIn and socials as well.
Oh, nice. That's great. You guys are always doing that kind of stuff for charitable work, so that's awesome. I
love it.
Total thing. I totally forgot about this, but I used to consult with a guy that had a truck branded, and he would, when it wasn't being used, he would park it over at the Walmart next door by the exit. He was like, "Yeah, I would just leave it there. I would get rentals from it. People like, oh, highly trafficked area. I guess they didn't care about it being parked there over the day." I thought it was genius. So yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. If you have a truck and it's sitting in your parking lot, you're definitely doing it wrong. It's a moving billboard. You don't park it next to the sign you already have. Get it out in the community. Even if it's you driving it around the block or having somebody drive it around the block every once in a while.
My manager should take to the bank every day.
That's what I was about to say. They should be taking it to the bank, to the post office, anything that they got to do it, use it for your marketing runs, everything.
Well, I'd be a little scared to have it drive to the bank. You're kind of opening it for it to be wrong. That's just.
We have seen some can opener moves where people cut it a little bit too short and did a little damage.
Yeah. Whenever anyone's not looking for a favor, I always want to make sure I point it out. I'm sure we got some insurance people on here looking for property insurance. Matt Queen is looking for some quotes. So if you want to direct message Matt, go ahead and do that. Get the connection going and get some quotes going for him.
Yeah.
Terry Campbell's not on here this week, is he?
Don't see him.
Yeah.
Well, he missed a week. He is banned. Not just
nod to Stacy. Stacy, you mentioned that people are tired of the screens, the AI thing. I sent my son a video. I'm like, hey, what about this? She said, that's an AI video. The challenge is they're making videos. I know, Jimmy, you're really into this, but when you can't even get your automated system, to recognize things, and yet you can make a fake video or of something, I'm like, why can't they? I tried to call a dealership the other day. They spent 10 minutes trying to get to the automated system. It would have been faster for me to drive there. It's those of us of our generation like to talk to people. Convenience of the AI stuff's great sometimes, but I want to pick up the phone and say hi to real people. But
yeah, they do, but that's gonna more and more. It's gonna get eaten away, frankly. It's still janky as hell. It is.
It reminds me of the Judge Dredd movie.
It's totally janky, but give it a month, give it 6 months. Who knows where it's gonna be next year? It's getting better and better. So,
Jim, I was just talking to somebody this week with the AI voice, and you can tell, but they're coming a long way with it. So,
oh yeah,
I listen to a lot of our recorded calls, and one of the things, I hear it all the time when our property manager answers. They're like, "Oh, I didn't expect to hear a person." They don't expect to hear people anymore. They expect to hear the automated, press 1 for whatever. So I really think that that's one thing that makes us stand apart in our market here in Nashville, is that we have real people sitting in there waiting to take care of you. And that's our number one. We are very customer centric, and we are all about that customer support. That's our number one goal for every moment. Like, we'll be in a meeting and the phone will ring and our meeting stops so that manager can answer that phone.
I love that. What a pleasant surprise to be a real human,
I called Tesla the other day with my daughter riding shotgun, and I was blown away at the AI, the person on the other end of that line. I thought it was real until my daughter goes, "Dad, that's not real." that's artificial intelligence. She's 11. And I was thinking I'm talking to a human being. I'm not kidding or exaggerating. So they have really, I don't know how they did it, but it was incredible. I've never heard anything like it.
I want to
Like
hear
I said,
AI mimic our accent. You know, if I can hear AI mimic my Southern accent, then I will go with AI.
give me 5
Christy,
minutes
I was
with your
talking to
voice.
somebody the other week that's got one, and they actually had their AI, and I listened to it in 4 different languages. And they actually have a Southern accent one, so it's coming. Get ready.
The one that I've heard so far, they're just hilarious. I'm like, that doesn't sound like anybody I know in the South, but you know, it'll come along.
Well, not that I would do it, but I have
So-
enough of your voice already on the Zoom call. I could clone your voice in about 5 minutes and blow your mind.
So Jamie just posted that ChatGPT will, if you speak to it enough, will mimic your accent. And I just want to casually remind everybody, this recently came out, Search Engine Journal posted about it, but ChatGPT is indexing your private conversations now. So if you are having conversations, your prompts, any kind of conversations that you're having with your ChatGPT, it is showing up indexed in Google right now. Not all of it, but a couple thousand links have already started to show up.
You can opt out of that. You can protect your chat privacy. I saw that as well. They did a
Yeah.
rollback yesterday, and that feature's been disabled to where they're indexing. It's a big security concern, but there is a way to review your shared chats and protect, like you can delete any public links. And any new, with the rollout complete now, any new shared chats are not indexed.
Yeah.
So, but you do want to go back and check your chat history and make sure that you're protected there. So,
Do you have a link to anything about that?
um,
I think they
chat,
updated the
yeah.
search engine. Yeah, they updated the search engine land journal article, Eva, because it was just shared chats, but they did roll that back this morning. I think it
Okay.
was, yeah.
I shared a link. I read it yesterday, so I haven't read it this morning.
Things changed overnight.
Crazy. That's
Crazy,
amazing.
right?
I
Yeah.
stay on
yeah.
top of things, so on top of it that it changes on me immediately.
They're on to you, Eva.
I know. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Eva's got her own satellite watching her.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Jim, I'm watching the clock. Don't forget your picture.
Oh, gotta do this selfie. I won't. And we might be having I gotta see if he's on here or not. I don't see him here. But every week we do this now. I've reached out to some vendors. Again, any vendors that are on here, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. After 15 minutes, after we do this for 15 minutes, so we don't go on, no fluff. 15 minutes, cool. Tell us all about your vendor. So it's a little vendor spotlight. Tell us what you got going on, any kind of thing you want to give away, any PDFs, whatever. The time's yours for 15 minutes. Everyone's like, how much do you charge? Like, I don't charge. This is the whole point of this is the community. We're all here, so it's all good. So anyone wants to do that, reach out to me. I think I got like 5 or 6 people booked so far, but we got one that's coming up. I don't see if he's here. Are you here, Rob? By the way, if you're here, scream. I don't see him or not. So maybe we won't do it this week. If he doesn't show up, maybe someone else wants to raise their hand, they can jump on and be on the spot and do one. Otherwise, we'll wrap up here in a couple minutes.
I think Jamie wanted to.
What's that?
I think Jamie wanted to.
Jamie?
When
I'm not seeing
I
anybody.
said that?
Yeah, there's that.
Just calling her out.
Yeah.
Well, I can do some consulting. I'm a free agent right now, y'all.
No, this is good. All right. Who's going to? I'm still 50-50.
You got to go to Vegas. You got to
You
come
You know
out.
what I was going to say.
You
already knew what I was
have to
gonna
go.
say.
Vegas. You have to
You
go.
already knew what I was gonna
Your
say.
anniversary,
50.
Jim.
Come on, we get to go.
Of all
We're gonna hang out
years.
at the concert and watch Hootie.
And get your jersey too. Did y'all see the jerseys they're selling?
No.
No,
I'll
I
be there
didn't.
physically in
No.
Vegas, but I will not mentally be there. So if you
Yeah.
just see me in the corner with an arm waving, I'm like Weekend at Bernieing it.
Hold on, what jersey? What jerseys are we talking
Y'all
about?
remember at the spring show they had the football jerseys, the SSA football jerseys? Do you remember those? That had like the 50 anniversary emblem on it.
Yeah.
They're actually going to sell those so you can order it with your name on the back. So be on the lookout.
Stacy,
Can you order on
ours
the
are on the way
website?
for our session, aren't they?
Yeah, I got my tracking number for mine from Jenny yesterday or day before. I forget.
So did I.
Yeah.
Stace, our session is going to be phenomenal. 6 of us.
That session's going to be insane. It's going to be so good.
Who's
I'm so
all on your
excited.
guys'
We
session?
should have a Jim and Jim question and answer meetup somewhere so everybody on here can meet in.
I was just thinking
Good idea.
a meetup in person. That'd be fun.
Let's do it.
Stacy, what is your guys' session on and who's doing it with you guys?
It's a manager's masterclass, and it's me and Jim, Sue Haviland, Carol Mixon, Sarah Beth Johnson, DeFazio now, and Dave Cooper.
It's quite a star-studded lineup there.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a great session.
When is
Yeah.
it?
It's
Tuesday.
where did they put it?
I was gonna say, you gotta tell us where to go and
Afternoon.
Yeah, I don't know if it's let me look.
It's a paid session. It's Tuesday from 1 to 3 or 1 to 4.
That's what I was just gonna look at the what do you call it? The schedule.
No, I've convinced Melissa Stiles to come to Arizona before the SSA show to go see a concert with me. So we're gonna drive in right after.
Alana, how
I'm
many
convinced-
concerts? How many? I thought I saw a lot of concerts. You're at a concert every week, I swear.
Yeah, no, we're seeing Little Wayne.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't I see you got, Alana, you got another matching tattoo or something?
We're getting another one. We get one every September together. So
The
we're
last one I don't think was matching, and they each got their own.
No, she got a flower and I got a cactus, and we joke around because she's sweet like a flower and I'm a prick. So
Sherry Miller, are we doing an escape room?
We should, absolutely.
We need to.
Who's in? Let me know.
I'm in.
Oh yeah.
Sherry, I got to be on your team again, right?
Yes, I mean, come on, Jim, you're part of my A team. You know it.
So we just did one last Saturday for my daughter and now my son is engaged, so I guess I have a future daughter-in-law. We did a room that had a 37% success rate. We got out with 24 minutes to spare.
That's fantastic. See, we got out in 23 minutes, so.
Yeah, that
I was part of that group, remember?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
we were the A team that day. The other team,
I asked if I
what
could
did
go
they
help
have?
the other group.
5 minutes to spare.
They
so.
wouldn't let me in.
All right, I need to get a selfie before I forget. Hold on. So if you're new here, we do this every single time as we're wrapping up. So hold on. I'm gonna count to 3. I have to do this twice because we have too many people. I have to do 2 different pictures here. So
That's amazing.
All right.
Congrats,
Count of
bud.
3. We're gonna do a selfie. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, one more. Camera's on, people. All right. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Thank you.
Yay.
Jim, we should look at a Jim and Jim meetup in Vegas one of these days. So yeah, we need to plan that.
Do it.
And
Well,
Jim,
we're gonna plan it.
I just
Plan it.
thought-
I didn't have a ticket yet. I haven't done any. I always do Vegas last minute. I just kind of show up and wander around and be like, cool.
In other
I'm
words,
out.
Jim, I'm with you.
Good
I'll
schedule.
I get it. I'm probably not going to go either. First one I'm missing.
I'm on the fence. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I'm gonna.
Dude, it's the 50 year. It's the
It's
year.
the 50th year. Notify is doing a karaoke party bus to the concert. If you don't want to take the shuttle and you want to do a little loop around the city and sing some karaoke and party with us, hit me up on LinkedIn or send me an email.
I'm telling you
I'll
right now.
I'll be sending you an email and on LinkedIn because I'm all over that.
Every
Yes,
time
Jennifer, we'll have a great time.
I think we're good, guys.
Have a good one, guys.
Cool.
Bye,
All
everyone.
right.
Have a good
Hi,
weekend.
everybody.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
y'all.
You,
Have a
Jim
good
and
weekend.
Jared.
All right.
See
See you next week. Take
See you
care.
guys.